Uh, Here we go again. Another week, another disappointing loss. The Panthers, they did exactly what I thought that they were going to do today, lose. Uh, Sorry for shaking the camera there. Uh, yeah, it's the new norm. It's the new norm, man. This football team is not any good. They're not any good. Uh, this roster, as it currently is constructed, there's nothing that we can do. There's nothing that we can do at all. You want to hope and see, your rookie quarterback play a little bit better. You want to see, the offense show a little bit more fight as a whole. Uh, I personally just don't understand, you know, why this team is as bad as it is. J.C. Horn came back today for what? He got absolutely destroyed. I don't even understand why he came back today. Mike Evans went for a buck 70 on this man. It, I don't understand. And Brian Burns, you get ejected from the game. This is a man that we're about to pay 200 plus million to, gets ejected out of the game, swinging on another player. Guys, this team is in the worst shape that we could possibly imagine. And I know I've said that for weeks now, but every week it gets more and more evident about how bad this football team is. More and more evident. This football team is bad. And when I think about, you know, just how bad we are, I don't have to look any further than watching these football games on Sundays. Uh, nothing looks good. And I've been getting some flack. I want to address some shit too, and I'm not going to call out any names, and because I have respect for my fellow YouTube peers. Dimitri, what's up with it, man? Jordan, what's up with everybody? That's in the chat right now, man. I appreciate y'all pulling up, man. Why Waves live weekly show that I promised you guys that I was going to do for the remainder of the season. Um, but I want to address something, man, because I've been listening to some Panther content creators lately, and I'm not throwing no names out there. I would never do that. CLT was good with it, bro. I'm gonna drop the link in a minute. But I want to address something, man. Appreciate Ahmad for the Cash App. Ahmad, MJ, this MJ. Appreciate the Cash App, MJ, man. That's big love, bro. Appreciate you, my guy. What's up with it, man? What's up, MJ? Let me go ahead and get my boy MJ up here, man, because he just showed your boy love on the Cash App. Appreciate that, MJ. But I'm gonna get back to the Panther talk, but I gotta address this one thing because I've been listening to a lot of Panther content creators this past week. Um, I get that some other Panther content creators like to talk from both sides of the coin, right? They like to talk about the good, they like to talk about the bad. Um, but let me tell you something about being on this ocean, over here on this ocean, on this side of things. I'm going to give you the Panther content exactly like how I see it. I am not finna bullshit anything. I am not finna baby anything. I'm not gonna walk on eggshells. I'm not gonna worry about losing subscribers or worried about who fuck with waves or who don't fuck with waves. Let me tell y'all something. I don't give a fuck who watches this YouTube channel. And I say that respectfully, meaning that if you support me, that means that you honestly support me as I am. And those are the only kind of fans that I want or to support this channel. I want people to respect Waves for the full, uncut, unrivaled version of Panther content that you're going to get. You know what I'm saying? I talk bad about this team because bad is all we've been getting. If we were getting good things, then I would have nothing but positive things to say. But right now, there is not one positive thing that I can say about the Carolina Panthers. Nothing. There's not one thing. And if you want to be naive or if you feel like, hey, there's some positives to take out of that, that is you. I respect your opinion. I don't knock your opinion. I respect everything that everybody does. But over here, guys, you are going to get how I truly feel, not anybody else, but how I truly feel about the Carolina Panthers and the product that they put on the field this season or any other season that we're not accomplishing what we're going to do. You got to remember something, bro. You can call me a hurt fan. You can call me this, that, and the third. I've sat here and witnessed a lot of bad Carolina Panther football in my lifetime. I've witnessed a ton of it, and I'm continuing to witness bad Carolina Panther football. So I gotta call it like I see it. But that's all I wanted to say on that, man. Shout out to everybody that's pulling up here to the channel, man. If you rock with your boy Waves, this is what time it is, man. Life is just a wave podcast. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, man. Look, 1 in 11. 1 in 11, man. 1 in 11. Whoever would have fucking thought that we would be 1 in 11 right now, right? I can tell you this: the offense still looks bad. Thomas Brown got the play calling back today. The offense still look bad. The offensive line is still bad. The running game looked really, really good today. Chuba Hubbard, and here's some positivity for your ass. Chuba Hubbard has looked probably like the best thing that we've had on offense beside behind Adam Thielen. Like seriously, Chuba Hubbard has come to play this season. And this is a guy who could have gave up when we signed Miles Sanders. He didn't have to, you know, compete. You know, he could have kept his head down, but he has fought hard. And Chuba Hubbard, to me, has deserved the right to be the Panthers running back, man, going forward, I feel. You got to get Miles Sanders off the books. Miles Sanders is a complete waste of salary. He hasn't done anything that has shown that he's worth the contract and the money that we gave him. Why is Miles Sanders on the roster? I don't even understand why he's on the roster right now. J.C. Horn, let's talk about your guy coming back today. J.C. Horn came back and got fried. He got completely fucking fried. I mean, destroyed. He got fucking fried and destroyed all game. You can call it rust, you can call it whatever, but that is the second time in a row that Mike Evans has destroyed the Carolina Panthers in one game. He owns the Carolina Panthers. $170 today, bro. $170 for Mike Evans today. But there's nothing wrong with the defense. The defense is the best side of the ball, right? Everybody's saying that the defense is the strongest unit on the team. They're getting cooked. Like they're getting cooked. I cannot, but Brian Burns disappointed me so fucking bad today, bro. I am so disappointed in Brian Burns. Listen, you could call it frustration. Maybe the frustration of everything that's going on this season came out for Brian Burns today. Maybe the fact that he's on his third or fourth coaching staff came out for him today. I get it. But man, to get ejected, man, in a game like this where mathematically the Panthers are not even eliminated from the playoffs, we still had a chance today, even though I don't think we would have got there or even thought about it. But mathematically, we were still alive. And the defense, yeah, the defense has thrown absolutely. Courtesy, let me go ahead and put that shit up there, man. Shout out to Courtesy. Omar in the building, man. Y'all, I promise the link will be dropped after my open soliloquy. But it's to punch a player though, bro, and get ejected in the game, man. Like, isn't that just the icing on the cake for the Panthers this year, bro? Like, was today's game not the fucking icing on the cake? It has not told the story of the Panthers all year long. Like, guys, 1 in 11. You know, the offense still looks bad. Thomas Brown. You can say whatever the fuck you guys want to say about Frank Wright taking the play calling away from Thomas Brown. I haven't seen nothing from Thomas Brown. And 4 of his opportunities of taking over the offense, it still looks just the same as it did with Frank Wright. It looks just the same. I don't see any difference in our offense under Thomas Brown than what it was under Frank Wright. I haven't seen any difference whatsoever. And people might say, Waves, you haven't given him enough time, whatever the case may be. Guys, all I'm saying is I can only go off of what I've seen. And out of the 4 games that he's called plays, the offense doesn't look any better under Thomas Brown. It does not. And again, to everybody out there that's watching the same Panther games as I'm watching, If you're sitting here watching the games that I'm watching, you can clearly see that our problem are bigger than Bryce Young. Throughout the fucking whole this whole game, all I'm seeing on social media is people bash Bryce Young. Guys, we got to stop that bullshit. We got to stop that. You cannot get a true assessment of this rookie quarterback until you're able to give him the protection that he needs and the weapons that he needs to be successful. I'm going to say it every fucking game for the rest of the year. Listen, Bryce Young's confidence is shaken, and it's been shaken for weeks. He is basically out there, man, trying to do everything that he can to get the Panthers even just in position. You can just tell, bro, his confidence is shook. He's getting hit on every fucking play. There's nowhere for him to throw the ball at all. Nobody is getting open. Guys, if Adam Thielen doesn't get open, nobody else gets open. Jonathan Mingo had a good catch today. He dropped the ball, diving to the sideline. You remember they rooted an incomplete pass. You got to catch that. DJ Shark, why are you still on the roster? Why is DJ Shark even on the football team? Why is he here? I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. Like Scott Fitterer, this team looks no better than what the fuck it did under Frank Wright in this new startup with is somebody go ahead and say it. 1-17. 1-17. Go ahead and mark it up. The Panthers are not winning another game this season. They're not. They're not going to win another game this season. How do you salvage? How do you move forward? What do you do to move forward? I'm trying to sit up here and think about it. And we had the nerve to activate J.C. Horn today. We activated J.C. Horn. For what? What did we activate? Can somebody tell me in the chat why did we activate J.C. Horn today? A 1-10 team. This guy has missed 80% of the season. What was the point of activating J.C. Horn today? What was that going to do? That wasn't going to do anything. It wasn't going to help this team. It wasn't going to help the defensive side. He got cooked all game. The secondary as a whole has gotten cooked all game. Mike Evans ate our asses up again. On the defensive side of the ball, they can't even stop the run. Nobody we that game was just as bad as the Falcons and Jets game earlier today. Like the Panthers games are terrible. Terrible. We scored 18 points today. First time getting over 10. I guess we can clap our hands for that. We got over 10 points. Finally. 18. 18 points today and you still lost. I can't let you trash the defense when they gave the offense time after time, probably just to get this feedback wet. That's just how he looked at it. But, bro, what is the point? I don't understand what was the point of putting him back out there. It wasn't going to do anything. You might as well made sure that he was 100%, kept him on the sideline, make sure he was 100%, man, so that he doesn't further damage any other parts of his body. Because, you got to put that staple on J.C. Horn every time, and you got to say a prayer every time. Don't forget that lateral Bryce threw. That was a terrible decision. That was absolutely a terrible decision. I'm not going to take away from it, but that's a kid who confidence is shooken. I'm at the point that I'm finna start rooting for the Texans, and they closer to me. Hey, Dakotas, let me tell you something, bro. I'm never going to change who I'm supporting and who I'm rooting for. Like, I will never root for another team. There are teams that I will say that I want to see lose out there because I just don't fuck with the fan base of those teams. Like, I don't fuck with the Falcons fans. I don't fuck with the Cowboys fans. I don't fuck with the Eagles fans. Who else? I mean, the Steelers fans, yeah, they all right. I mean, they cool. But yeah, I don't fuck with Saints fans either. So yeah. Them teams, if I see them lose, then I'm good. I don't want to play devil's advocate, but we do have to have a serious conversation about Bryce. Courtesy, what is the conversation? I'm about to drop the link because I need to hear the conversation. I want to know what the conversation is. What kind of conversation do we need to have about Bryce Young? Link is about to be put out there. Hey man, shout out to everybody that's pulling up to the channel, man. Look, your boy Big Waves is in the motherfucking building, man. Listen, if you're new to my channel and you've never seen this content before, hit the damn subscribe button, man. Make sure you support, man. Your boy will be live after every Panther game for the remainder of the season. And then we'll figure out what I wanted to decide to do in the off season. You know, I might jump off a bridge or something. I don't know. Saints for me, hey, but look, what I'm asking everybody to do, man, if you want to support the channel, you want to show love, either hit the like button on this video or cash app your boy $1, man. Y'all see it scrolling across the screen. I'm not gonna hit y'all like how these other platforms hit y'all out here for a money grab. I'm not doing that over here. If you want to show love, subscribe to the video. If you're not subscribed, hit the like button on this video if you already subscribed, or send your boy a buck if I'm making a good point. If you're rocking with what I'm saying, you already know what time it is, man. Wave, you wanted a different QB. What are you talking about, Trek 49? Let me know. What are you talking about? I always said that it could have been 1A and 1B when it came to Bryson CJ. Anybody that has followed me all offseason knows that's what I said. I have not said anything else. I said that I would not be mad at CJ. I would not be mad at Bryce. Were there times I was leaning, a little bit more to the other at times? Absolutely. But you can definitely say that I never had one quarterback that I was saying that he's our guy. And if you say that I said that, you're lying like a motherfucker. I just want to let you know that. But anyway, man, the link is out there, man. Whoever want to pull up to the channel, we are here live in the fucking mix, man. I'm actually excited to be here with y'all tonight, man. Look, I'm expecting the Panthers to lose every fucking Sunday, so I'm not even really upset about this shit anymore. Um, and oh wait, that mean you're not a fan? No, no, no. It just is what it is. You just expect what you expect. You get what you get. That's just how I go, man. I got my boy Omar up in the motherfucking building. Omar, what's good with it, dog?
Yo, Waves, what's popping? Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, sir, bro. Loud and clear as always.
Where should we start at? Where do you want to start at?
I want to start with why did JC Horn come back in this game?
JC knows. I think that was some pressure from the organization because next year is his contract year, and so I think that was a little pressure from the organization that to get him back on the field to see what he can do. Um, we just like you said, bro. It's so bad. It's so bad. I don't even want to build the team around Bryce. Bryce isn't going to be the quarterback that gets us back to the playoffs. I'm putting that on record right now. So I don't even think it's a good idea to
Wow.
build around Bryce. Bryce is a good kid, real good kid. If I had a daughter, would have no problem with Bryce dating my daughter. As a football player,
Hold,
I
pause, pause,
just
pause. Hold on, Omar. Pause right quick, man. I got to
mhm.
address TRKR49 NC Southbound. Let me tell you something, my guy. Um, your boy hasn't even been pushing the channel like I guess what you thinking or whatever. I've been absent from YouTube, man, on and off for like the past 4 to 5 months, my guy. So before you make a comment like that, talking about you still at 9, only had no interest, man, you already know what you can do, bro. This ain't even gonna say it on there. I ain't gonna give these niggas no more time. Go ahead, Omar, man. My bad, bro.
yeah, man. Bryce is just we were sold that Bryce was the most ready because of his processing, that he had seen everything and that Bryce had this playbook down in the off season. And there's just been multiple times where Bryce clearly doesn't know what he's seeing. I point back to the 3rd and 10 in Chicago when he threw the ball right to the linebacker that faked him out on the blitz, and the linebacker just dropped the interception before the 4th and 10, 59-yard field goal. It's those little plays that I look at that I'm just like, okay, I was sold that Bryce was an elite processor. I have not seen elite processing from him. Today, the O line, it gave up some sacks, but the O line was not bad today.
Yeah,
It was not bad today. He got sacked a couple times. That's just is what it is. But it was all on blitzes. It wasn't no 4-man rush sacks. None of those. Was the play
yeah,
calling still questionable? Very much. Thomas Brown.
absolutely,
Thomas Brown
absolutely.
still.
Yeah.
Thomas Brown got to hold some of this L too. I understand you get on the defense. I understand Mike Evans did light us up. Mike Evans lit up JC. That big play was on Troy Hill though. He turned Troy Hill around in the slot.
Oh yeah,
He
without a
had
doubt. Yep.
Troy thought he was running a post corner instead of a post, and you fucked him up at that point. So that's why I can't let you get on the defense because yeah, the
So
defense.
so Omar, with that being said, okay, so let me get on that, right? I gotta get on all sides of the ball with it. So I don't want you to think I'm just zeroing in on the defense, but the offense is what I saw out there was to be expected. Like I am no longer expecting any success out of the offense. Like not this year. It's not going to happen. Listen, did Bryce Young make some questionable decisions out there? Absolutely. I think that that's all a part of this process. One thing that we got to understand is that unlike C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young didn't come into the best situation when the season started, right? Meaning that from a coaching perspective, the coach that he got drafted with is no longer there. The quarterback coach that he came in with is no longer there. We're talking about, and there's no telling about any of the adversity that was going on. His play calling duties from whoever he was getting to play for got switched multiple times throughout the season. He has an offensive line that make him one of the most sacked quarterbacks and torch quarterbacks in the NFL. And then on top of that, let's keep it real. He doesn't have anybody to throw the ball to. I can definitely agree that there were times where the offensive line gave him some time, but again, really think about that, Omar. Who the fuck was really getting open? Even the commentators said it in the game. The ones that were calling the game, they were saying if you look to it, Tampa Bay's corners are glued to Bryce Young's wide receiver options that he has, bro. I am sitting back and going back, and I will go back and watch the footage of these games, but I can count 4 or 5 times where the line did give him an opportunity to throw the ball. People may look at that and say Bryce held on the ball too long, but where's the ball going to go? You got to remember, Bryce is somebody who has to get rid of the ball quick. If the offense is not a, if the offense is not being called to get the with quick slants or quick reads to get the ball out of Bryce Young's hands quick, or if the weapons that we have are not getting put into position, or they're not even good enough to get open quick enough to give their quarterback good looks, you cannot sit up here and expect that man not to make mistakes. Again, I'm going to disagree with you, Omar, about Bryce Young can't get us to the playoffs. No, I think that he's going to be able to get us to the playoffs eventually. That may not be this season or next season, or maybe not even the season after that. But I think that there's no way in hell that you can sit up here and give this man a full assessment of his game and a full assessment of his game through the first 12 weeks with all of the adversity this young man had to go through this season, bro. And like to me, I think it's kind of like I honestly feel bad for Bryce Young, bro, because we thought that coming into the year that he was going into the most ideal situation that you can go into for a rookie quarterback with as much experience that was on this coaching staff, with Frank Wright, who has traditionally been in the NFL a head coaching, offensive minded head coach who's worked with quarterbacks like Andrew Luck and Nick Foles and Carson Wentz and all of these other guys. We thought that coming in, this was going to be the perfect piece for him. That's absolutely have not been the case whatsoever. This offense is not tailored to Bryce Young's strengths. If you want to know what his strengths were, just go back to um, when he was at Alabama, the last couple of years that he was at Alabama. You will understand that this is a quarterback that you have to get on the move. He needs to be able to get out, and the wide receivers have to be able to be good enough to get open. He's not a quarterback. He's not a quarterback that's going to sit there and be like a C.J. Stroud, where you're thinking that he can just stand from the pocket, man, and light you up. That's not Bryce Young's game. He's an improviser. He's not a scrambler, but he's an improviser that needs to be able to be on the move because of his size. He needs to be able to be on the move and out in space to see when what's down the field that he can throw on the run and make runs on the throw. This offense has not been tailored to that whatsoever. And a lot of that is because of the bad play calling from Thomas Brown and Frank Wright. The offensive line has extremely progressed, so his confidence is destroyed. And it's been destroyed since about week 5 or week 6. The man is going to do shit out there, bro, whatever, because he's just trying to, matter of fact, he's just throwing up prayers. When he's out there making plays, he's throwing up prayers, hoping some shit will happen, because every play, I'm sitting here watching the game with my brother, Omar, every motherfucking play that he's sitting here, somebody is in his face every play. The man only has about 2 seconds, if that, 2 seconds, bro, to make a decision, and half the time, nobody is getting open whatsoever.
That's facts. I'm gonna rebut before I let these other gentlemen hop in there. And I agree, but as the first, as and what also comes with this is you was the number one pick, my guy.
Of
Yeah.
course,
You
I
want
understand that, but
you
not
gotta
every
make
number
something
one pick
shake.
has success their first year,
I
bro.
feel. Oh yeah, I give you that. It's not even about the success. It's I'm not seeing flashes from Bryce, and I don't think his improvising will translate to the NFL because
Yeah.
in college he would get outside of the tackle and he was faster than a college DN. He was faster than the Missouri DN. He was faster than the Vanderbilt DN. He ain't faster than the Saints, Falcons, and Tampa Bay defensive ends. Like today, the last thing I'm saying, I'm gonna light my blunt. He rolled out and he lost the yard on the rollout, waves. He lost the yard on the
Yeah,
rollout.
he did. He did. I know exactly what play you talking
Like,
about.
damn, man. And
Uh,
like I said, I don't
Giovanni,
hate Bryce.
Giovanni, I'm gonna let you finish up, man. I gotta shout out this cash out. Giovanni Longo, man, appreciate you for the cash out. He said, man, for the loves, show waves, keep it up. I appreciate you. Yeah, Omar, I know exactly what you're saying, man. There are plays that have not looked good from our quarterback. I'm not
Yeah.
disagreeing with you. I'm not
Yeah.
saying that that's not true, but I can clearly understand why these plays are happening. He's not being put in situations to succeed. Like he's
Yeah.
not being put in situations to succeed, bro. And I feel like it's unfair, man. I cannot give this guy true judgment without making things around him a lot better. Things around him need to improve, man, because right now we're looking at a quarterback, basically the number, just because he was the number one overall pick, we're holding him to a certain standard because he was the number one overall pick. And no matter if you wanted CJ or you wanted Bryce or not, this is who the Panthers decided to draft. So we're holding you to a standard, and we're holding him to the standard. But the truth about that standard is, you are only as good in your football team as the team is. You're only as good as the things around you are when it comes to football. Anybody that watches football knows this is complete 11 on 11 game. CJ Stroud is in 110% bro. That is a playoff team. That is a
Mm.
fucking playoff team in Houston, bro. That is not the fucking Carolina Panthers. You cannot tell me that if CJ Stroud was on this team, the Panthers would be playing as good as the Texans. I don't fucking believe it. Neither do I
Um,
think it on no terms at all. We would be just as bad if CJ Stroud was here or any other fucking quarterback because this team is trash. There's
I,
nothing here.
that's
Uh,
where and our last thing. That's where I disagree. I think if
yeah.
we had CJ or even if we started
Yeah.
Andy, we got at least 4 wins. Because
Yeah.
I can point to games that Bryce lost us on his own, just
Yeah.
solely off of Bryce. That Minnesota game, that fumble. We was up on Minnesota the whole game until he fumbled. The Colts game, 2 interceptions. The Falcons game, 2 interceptions. The Saints game, another fumble. Outside of those
Yeah.
4 games, I those are the games where I look at Bryce like, damn, Bryce, you lost us those games. But I'm gonna let one of these other gentlemen hop on and get their
Courtesy, go ahead,
piece out.
courtesy.
Yeah. Yeah. What's going on, fellas? Yeah. I'm see, I kind of agree with Omar is saying. That's why I was like, I don't really want to play the devil's advocate, but we do gotta kind of have this conversation about Bryce because the fact of the matter is, it's like, the way social media is like now these days, um, like you can literally know somebody without knowing somebody, if you understand what I'm saying. So just looking at all the interviews before the draft process of CJ and Bryce Young, like you look at an interview of CJ, like you automatically just gravitate towards his personality. And you can see, even though he's like 21, 22 years old, that he can lead a group of grown men, and a bunch of grown men gonna follow behind him. Compared to Bryce, it's like he's so like, he got like that kind of like timid attitude and personality. You can't really see a bunch of grown men that got wives and kids and families and mouths to feed to, follow behind something like that. So I always kind of thought that CJ was going to be the better guy, just from not just from what he does on the field, but off the field. And the fact that I heard too that he invites the teammates over for dinner almost every night. Like that's the type of leadership you need as a quarterback. And I really don't think that with Bryce's size is really translating to the NFL like we all thought that it was going to, or that it should have been. And a lot of people we got to be honest with ourselves as a fan base, because even the media, the national media, thought that Bryce was going to be in the best situation. Whoever was going to be drafted to the Panthers was going to be the best situation for any quarterback. And from us being the ninth pick in the draft, and Houston was technically supposed to be number one because of Chicago. They won that last game.
Hold on,
I mean,
courtesy.
Chicago lost that last game.
My bad, courtesy.
Let me
Hold
say
on.
this for real. Oh,
Go
go ahead.
ahead. Yeah, I gotta address this person in the chat right quick. I promise I'm gonna let you go. Drip, one way is happy as hell when the Panthers drafted Bryce Young. Wow, told you shouldn't have, and they needed CJ. Drip, I don't know what the hell are you talking about. All right, go ahead, courtesy.
No, you good, you good. But the thing is that, us as a fan base and national media even thought that, from us being number nine and technically Houston, they were supposed to have the number one pick already. But because,
Lovey
Lovey
Smith.
Smith, yeah. So if you think about it, we technically had the better and have the better roster on paper. But sometimes you just got those players and coaches, because D'Amico Ryan's they picked the right guy. Those people elevate everyone around them. You gotta think about it. When we drafted Cam Newton number one overall, we was the worst team in the league, bro. And the fact that Cam's personality and his traits elevated everybody around him on the team. So we can't just say that Houston has a better roster, because that's
No,
really
hold
not
on,
true. Because
courtesy. Oh,
we beat Houston.
yeah, we did beat them, and I am going to say they got a better roster. They have better young wide receiver weapons than we do. I think we can all agree that Tank Dell and Nico Collins are better than any wide receivers we have on our roster right now. And if you think otherwise, you haven't been watching football this year at all, right? So I'm going to
It wasn't
completely.
last year though. That's the
Yeah, but
thing.
but we
Nobody
can't talk
knew.
about last year because Bryce Young was. I mean, C.J. Stroud wasn't there. I'm talking about that team made moves this offseason to put that team in a winning situation this year. They brought in a great coach who D'Amico Ryans was somebody that I advocated for to come to Carolina. He comes from a winning organization. He knows how to build a defense. The Texans defense looks legit this year, and the Texans have drafted well. You got to remember they drafted Stingley. They've drafted a bunch of other young pieces, man, to build that team up. Instead of us taking Mingo, Tank Dell was sitting right there on the board. We needed a field stretcher. We didn't need another big body wide receiver. We needed a field stretcher, and we didn't get it. Right? We passed up on that. So their offensive line is playing extremely well this year. We got to give them that. If you look at the Texas offensive line, it's one of the highest rated offensive lines all day. CJ Stroud has all day to throw the ball. He's not under pressure. If you look at CJ
CJ,
Stroud when he's
he
throwing the
But
ball, he's not
he
under pressure.
he
He's
hold
throwing
top
on,
the
five in
ball.
sacks though. He top five in
hold
sacks.
Yeah, he top
but
five in sacks from a rookie standpoint, where
No, in the
rookies
whole
just gonna
league.
make. Yeah,
Oh, okay, I see.
yeah,
so
from a
let
rookie
me just
standpoint, but he's
hold
not top five because of their offensive line. Their offensive line is rated is healthy, and then on top of that, let's keep the fact that they got a solid running game. They got a good 1-2 punch. Devin Singletary has had a revived career this year. How I know because I played with him in fantasy. And then on top of that, Damian Pierce last year balled out last season.
Yeah.
He balled out for them last year. So to me, absolutely, the Houston Texans is a 10 times better team than the Carolina Panthers. They were in a lot of close games last year. They were only losing because they didn't have a quarterback. They had Davis Mills back there. I went to
bingo.
go watch
There
these
you go.
boys play. I went these boys watch for them to go play live. Houston was a better team than what a lot of people gave them flack for. The problem was they needed a quarterback and they got one in C.J. Stroud and they got the right offense and the right coaching staff for him to develop him the way he needs to be developed. 100% a better situation than what we have here in Carolina,
You wanna know
bro.
what
We've done
else it
fired
is?
two back-to-back coaches in 2 years. That's embarrassing, bro. That's fucking
Wait,
embarrassing. That's
wait.
embarrassing, my guy.
It's the gym. It's the gym you dropped a couple episodes ago. You gotta. It's the identity of the organization. Their ownership,
Yeah,
front office, and players are all on the same identity. Our
yeah,
ownership and coaches are on something different, and what the coaches want to do is not what our players wanted to do. Steve Wilkes, like
yeah,
I said, Steve Wilkes knew how to make this team work and how to win games with this team. This new coaching staff, they didn't know. They tried to
yeah.
bring in their philosophies, and they didn't look at what worked for this team without doing a full rebuild. Like there's still a lot of turnover and carryover on that team from last year.
I
Yeah.
And
agree.
so you
I
just can't
Yeah.
100%
you can't
agree.
turn a triangle into a circle. You know what I'm saying? And that's
I,
the biggest difference between us and the Texans. I would say if it's not just
Yeah.
roster, it's identity. They know what they want to do. They know how they
absolutely.
want to play
Yeah.
football,
But
and that's the difference.
that culture was built there this past off season.
Yeah, and
You get what I'm saying?
D'Amico came in, CJ came in, and they solidified it. Like I said,
Exactly. Exactly.
Bryce
Yeah.
is like Bryce is like the coach's kid that nobody likes really. You know, you got to
Right.
be
Right.
nice to him because that's the coach's kid. Ain't nobody gonna be mean to Bryce because that David and Nicole Tempers, that's the investment. But it's just
Hmm.
we don't fit Bryce and Bryce don't fit us. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
So let
I
me say
agree.
this, man. I gotta get Nigga Nation. Nigga Nation is in the building. Shout out to fucking Nigga Nation. Where's Nigga Nation? Nigga Nation, where are you at?
Hey, check this out. Check this out. Natural, intellectual, go getting achievers is in the building. Nigga Nation. How we doing? So check this out. What I saw is a quarterback who has lost confidence and it's too many people in his ear. You got to look at it. Bryce Young, and I said this 1,000 times, he's never been in a situation where he has only won one game and getting killed like this. He's been to all the nice high schools with all the superstars on there. He go to fucking college with all the superstars. He doesn't have superstars on this team. So you won't see what it looks like for him to have a shitty roster on his side. So you got, and let's get this understood. Bryce is gonna be good when everybody is all in. Unfortunately, everybody's not all in right now. You got stupid ass Burns getting ejected from the game, and that's a fucking he's becoming a bust this year. Unfortunately, I think he only got what 6 sacks at the unfortunately.
He had six. I looked it up earlier. Six even.
And at the end of the day, like it just ugly right now. So
6 sacks
you
through
know,
12 games.
And he
yeah.
won 30 million.
So yeah, and it's but the thing is, he's not gonna get 30. He actually gonna get low ball.
Not for
So,
yeah.
but at the end of the day, man, it just ugly. But at the same time, man, Bryce got sacked 4 times, and again, this team averages 4.5 to 5 sacks a game. So ain't too much you can do, man. It's just a shit show, man. But Bryce got to understand, man. He got to bring that dog out of him. I'm ready to see him
Yeah.
snap. I'm ready to see him snap. I'm ready.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Bryce is slowly but surely about to get into that corner. And once you put that dog in that corner, eventually that motherfucker gonna snap. It's coming. Eventually. I'm just
Yeah.
waiting to see that dog come out of him,
I
man.
see
That's the
what you
only
mean.
thing, man. That's the
And
only
see,
thing.
my
That's
thing
the only
about it is
thing.
I know that he has it in him, bruh.
He has it in him.
I know that he got it in him, bruh. That's why I said I'm saying to myself, I keep saying about Bryce Young, I cannot say how I feel about him yet because I need to see him in a stable situation.
And then
I
y'all gotta
need to see him
understand.
with stability. I gotta
And then
see
we
him
have
with
to understand.
stability.
We gotta understand. Stop judging him off 11 fucking games, bro. You got quarterbacks that was trash they fucking rookie season. You gotta see him
But
let this shit play out. You
nigga
can't you
nation,
can't do that.
you know why? You know why some people like, and I'll say why I judge him and why other
Yeah.
people are judging him because he's our future. We gave everything. We are the
Yeah.
worst team in the league, and we don't even have a first round pick. That's why he's getting
But
judged so hard. We
you
bet.
can't say
But
it
What you
that's
off
not
of the
mean?
his
rookie
fault.
year,
That's
Omar.
that's
It's
that's
not. No,
that's
it's
not
I'm
not.
a,
his
It's not.
I'm a,
It's no. But Waves, I'm just saying that's why the fans are on him.
yeah.
If a casual fan, Waves, a casual fan, someone not like me and you who are always on here, a casual fan. Okay,
We're analytical. We're
exactly.
analytical.
We looking at the
Yeah.
bigger
right,
picture, but a
right,
casual
right.
fan, you tell them, okay, we're going to trade DJ Moore, our future
Yeah.
first, a second, and some more picks for this quarterback. They're going to tell you,
Right.
okay, bet that quarterback, whoever he is, he better be able to get the job done for him because we just gave up a lot for him. And so for
Hmm.
But
him to
Bryce,
coming to here, and we regress as a team. Yes, it's not all on Bryce, but it's not
Oh,
all
come
on
on,
Bryce. We
man.
regressed
Yeah.
as a team. That's a fact. We did
Yeah. That's
regress
true.
as a team.
That's
It's
true.
not all on Bryce. But as the quarterback, you get the highs and the wins. You got to take the lows and the losses.
Hey,
Right.
but you got to understand this. Bryce came into an impatient environment because we're impatient because we've been impatient because we've been losing for years right now. So
That's
of course the fans are pissed the fuck off, right? But at the end of the day, we just drafted the motherfucker. He don't really have the protection that he needs. He already about to have two coaches in less than 2 years. In less than a year, he's gonna have two coaches. Two coaches. So that
That's
means
facts.
everybody, you got to think about it. Everybody who's in that coaching room right now is going to be gone in the next 5 weeks. So
That's
guess what?
facts.
You
That's
you got a
But
facts.
whole you have a whole new staff that's finished coming here and try to bring their culture in. It's just the simple fact of the matter is Bryce is going to go into a situation where he's going to have another coach try to implement a system. And I hope and pray that the next coach comes in and understands you play to his ability. Don't try to switch up shit. Play to his ability. It's just that
so we
simple.
got
But
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 see, that's
but
the,
but
the
but
Nigga
but but,
Nation
but
in the building.
that's
hey,
the
but check
thing
this out.
though.
But check this out. But check this out. Check this out. Hold on. Check this out. Fuck an offensive coach. Bring me a coach that's gonna bring a dog out of everybody.
Right.
I don't want to
Yeah,
hear.
that's
I
what
Right.
don't
I'm
want to.
Go
saying.
get Bill
Yeah.
I,
Belichick. I think Bill will
No,
no
turn this
no
get
bitch
no
Jim get
around.
Jim
Oh
get
hell
Jim
no! Don't do
Harbaugh.
he
that.
man
No,
he
Bill
gonna
will
Jim
he
turn
gonna
this
he
Harbaugh.
bitch around.
he's about to
No,
be
he
on the
gonna
oxygen
turn this
tank.
bitch
He's good.
upside
Jim
down.
Harbaugh.
He's about to be on
Hey,
the.
listen. Listen, I'm gonna
Listen,
tell you,
man, we
Jim
don't do
Harbaugh.
that.
If Jim Harbaugh win a national championship with Michigan this year, he's not coming out of the Michigan. He's gonna
He coming
retire
out.
a coach at Michigan. So I want everybody to know that. Like everybody keeps saying Harbaugh, man, but you got to remember something. Now, if they lose, then we might have a shot at them. But if they go on to win the Natty this year, he's not leaving Michigan at all. And the reason why I say Bill Belichick, guys, say what you want to say about Bill there and what's going on with the Patriots. Let's keep it real, bro. That team is they're the second worst team in the NFL. They don't have any talent. Their talent is
He
no better
built
than
it
what we
though.
got.
That's
But he
Bill's
built
fault.
it
He
though.
built
Now
that.
hold
He
up,
built
Wade,
the
He built
time
that
out,
offense.
team.
guys. Hold on.
We can't.
Let me
We
keep
can't.
going before we jump on that. Hold on. Let me get this point out. Absolutely, he did have something to do with that. But you mean to tell me that if you give Bill Belichick, the greatest coach in the NFL history, a blank canvas, a young quarterback who had a higher upside than what my boy out there, Matt Jones had out there in New England. You give him a higher upside, and he has a blank canvas to build this team however he want to build this team. He has some GM responsibilities or whatever, where he can bring in the people he want to bring in. You can't tell me that Bill Belichick, at minimum, he's going to have an accountability culture here in Carolina, and that's what the fuck we've been missing here. Because none of these coaches hold these players accountable, and none of the players really respect the coaches at all. Nobody
But
respected
I,
Matt Rule.
I,
Nobody respects Frank Wright.
But
I
wait,
just I, I
Bill
think
we don't need to
Belichick.
bring
I
we
think for
don't need to bring
72
in a
years
coach.
old.
We don't need to bring in a coach that already has a losing record. That's the same thing we just got
Right.
ourselves
Yeah.
out
Right. We
No.
into.
just did.
Bill
Yeah.
We don't need
Belichick.
to do
Yeah.
that.
But nigga
Yeah.
nation, I also tell you this: Bill Belichick spent $200 million the season that
See.
they rookie season of the quarterback they have now, and they kicked Cam to the curb and got him all the help. And if they get Cam that, they went to Super Bowl because
And the
Cam
fact
Yeah.
that
beat
he's 72,
79.
like,
They went
and the
seven
fact
and
that
nine with nobody, and then the next
I'm
year
just
they went
talking about, if
11-5.
you're talking about changing the culture, that to me is one of the best coaches you can bring in here to change the culture. That's all I'm
Listen,
But
we
saying.
don't need a head
I
coach to
just
sit here
I
and
just
change
think
the
it's
culture. We need to have an owner that has the culture identified, and the coach comes
You're
in
not going to
and get
get
the
that.
shit going. That's as
You're
And
not
simple
going
we're
to
as
get
never
that.
that.
and we're never going to
I,
be There's good
I
with
I
You're
coach
never
that
going to get
can
that. For
do
long as
that.
David Tepper owns this team, you will never see him change the culture. The culture change is not going to
But we
come from
know
the
that.
owner. The
We
culture
know
change is
that.
going to come from the person that the owner selects. It's not going to come from David. So anybody thinking that he's going to just wake up one morning and automatically knows what it takes to run a football team, you can just look at his last press conference to tell you that that's not going to happen. Our only hope with David Tepper is that he brings in the right head coach. That is our
There's
only
two.
hope. That's
There's
it.
three
And that he
guys.
bring in the best GM that he possibly can. I'm not opposed with going in with some of the young minds. Go get Ben Johnson. If you can bring Ben Johnson in, I would like that. Go get Brian Johnson from the Eagles. I wouldn't be mad at
Yeah.
that either. But if you're talking
mm,
about changing the culture,
No, don't bring
nah,
there
Brian
are
in there.
coaches
nah,
that you
No.
can
I don't
bring
think
in to change the culture.
nah,
I
nah.
wouldn't
If
even
you
bring
bring
Brian in.
if
I
you
would
bring
trust me.
Brian
Don't
in,
bring
or
him.
if the thing is this, if you bring Brian or Ben in, then it doesn't give us as a fan base a win because we know David Tepper's still gonna have his hands and everything. That's why I'm
No,
saying Jim Harbaugh, because you need somebody that's gonna say, hey,
But the
let me do
ownership,
what I
but
gotta do,
that's
and you
not the
sit the fuck
problem
back.
though.
Let me do my
it is
job.
the
You know what I'm
problem.
saying?
No,
Christian,
but
go
that's
ahead.
not.
Christian,
But
say
that's
your
not
piece,
our
Christian.
pro. That's not our problem. Our problem, our only problem is we just need to pick a good head coach. We have yet to
That's
have
fact.
one.
That's
I've
fact.
said that
Mm.
from the jump. From Frank was never the right pick. It don't matter. He's not a good coach.
But Scott
His
Fitter
offense
not a
is.
good GM either.
I get
He
and
can't pick talent, and not
he's but
scouts. The
he
scouts need to go
but
too.
I understand that as well. But once you pick a good coach, this team will turn around and David Tepper will fall back. The reason why he's acting the way he's acting is because he made an awful decision when he let somebody have control, and now he's schizophrenic now, and he just kind of scared, jumpy.
He
And I
go the complete
understand why he's
opposite.
doing, but you got everybody has to understand he's not a young owner, but this is first time being an owner. Like every owner goes to this. I expected these things with this owner. He's gonna spend money to try to think that's the way of doing it.
It's
You
been
gotta
5 years, Christian.
I'm not. Yeah, I can't rock him
but
like
Yeah,
that.
no, I
Hey,
It's
get
hey,
been
hey,
no.
5 years.
I can't rock him.
don't
yeah,
spend your money on the coach. You spend your money on the players, on the right
right,
Right.
players.
But he
right.
exactly the point. But everybody has to understand when an owner first buys a team, they think that they can buy their way. That's every owner. That's not like I'm not shooting him no bill. I'm just saying I'm being realistic. I never thought we was gonna be just Super Bowl bound. I knew we was gonna
Hey, it's working
overpay
for
for
Jerry
guys.
Jones. Jerry
No,
Jones
No,
spent
but
that
But
Jerry,
you
bag.
but
got
I
no,
feel.
but Jerry
look at
Jones
the
came in.
Denver
That was a
Broncos though.
different time though. This is a whole different type of time though. When
Hey,
Look
when
what he
Jerry
came
Jones
into
bought
though.
the team,
but you know Jerry
that
Jones,
was different.
you know Jerry Jones
Look at the
basically
Denver
picks the
Broncos.
players, right? You know he picks the players. So
Yeah,
he knows
now
Jerry's
the
the
Yeah,
yeah.
GM.
team.
true.
Yeah,
Jerry's the
he does
GM.
pick the players, but let me tell you something.
He played in the
Somebody said
NFL.
look at the Denver Broncos. Sean Payton has turned their team around.
That's what I was about to say. That's exactly what
Sean
I was about
Payton
to
has
say.
turned their team around. They lost today, but they
Cause
Sean
They was
Payton
like
has
on a
turned
Peyton,
6 game winning streak.
And
They
their
was
but
0-5
their
at
owners
Peyton was
are this
always,
their
but
first
Sean
year.
Payton was gonna go there no matter who was ownership though. It was either there or the Chargers. If the Chargers decided to fire their coach, he was going there. He does not want to deal with a rookie. So I already knew what time that was.
Here's
Like
my.
Broski
it's
Bear
Sean
said Bryce is
Payton.
the worst starting QB in the NFL. Look, come on, man.
That's fine. Can I
Listen,
No,
respond to
that
Christian?
is
Sean
no.
Payton. Listen, if the Jets didn't show you anything today, the Jets showed you that not having a quarterback at all, what it can make it do to your team.
Right.
These niggas started somebody today named Tim Boyle. Tim Boyle, and he was
Looked
so
like his
bad that he
second game.
got benched for Trevor Simeon.
Yeah, but Trevor Simeon not bad. They should have went
Everybody
with him.
my the point that I'm trying to make to you guys, man, and the reason why I'm trying to like shy away from like talking about Bryce Young and putting any of what is going on this season on him. I don't put any of what's going on this season on Bryce Young. I don't put anything. I'm not giving him one or two, percentage of the percentage because you can't it's if you know football and if you really sit here and analyze the game, you would know for a fact that he has not been set up at any point this season. We all thought that he was being set up coming into the season for success, but with each passing game, you
You
can
gotta go.
clearly see that this team is not built for this quarterback to have any type of success at the NFL level. He's
Nah,
not. And
Bryce got to
every
own something though,
and
man.
every quarterback and also for the other fucks in the back because obviously these people can't hear either. Like every number one overall pick is not gonna just ball out their rookie season. Listen, like, bro, I can show you the list of how many quarterbacks went 3-9, 3 and fucking 12, and all this other shit. Like they first couple, like, bro, I can show you the list. Not every quarterback pans out their rookie season.
It's
It
not
is
about
two.
all about wins. It's not all about the wins.
It's
It's
not
about
all
Yeah,
about.
it's
It's
flashes.
about
it,
It's
team
no,
about
no,
it's
progression
about
though.
no.
flashes. It's about progress.
Yeah,
But he
Bryce got
has
to
yeah,
shown
develop.
flashes.
Yeah.
He
Bryce
Hey,
has
got
but
to
shown
develop.
flashes.
Bryce,
in our
He has
case,
shown flashes, bro.
uh,
He
in
has
our
shown
case, we're looking
flashes.
for wins. In our case, we're looking for
Yeah,
wins.
we are
You
looking
know what
for
I'm
wins
saying?
because we've been losing. We didn't trade all the way up
Right.
to number one
yeah,
to
man.
just say we're gonna lose. If you would
And
have told me coming into the season, Omar, that we will be sitting at 1-11 through the first 12 weeks, I would have laughed at you. I would have
Yeah.
100% laughed at you. So you mean to tell me that my quarterback has played so bad that we are 1-11? That's basically what you're trying to tell me.
It's not all on Bryce, but ways. Like I said, you can point to games. We can point to games as a fan base and say, "Hey, the quarterback lost us that game."
One
Right,
game
right.
he lost
No,
us, and it was the
Minnesota,
Colts.
Nah,
the
nah.
Colts game. We can't put those on
Falcons.
Bryce. We can't
No,
put.
that
Bruh,
We were
Minnesota
beat.
game was
I'm gonna say
mismanaged.
this.
We were beating
That game
Minnesota
was
until Bryce
mismanaged.
fumbled. We were beating Minnesota
bruh. And
until
why did he
Bryce
fumble? Why
fumbled.
did he
Right.
fumble?
Why did
Why
he
did he
Because
fumble?
fumble?
Why
Bryce
did
Why
was
did
he
he
fumble?
fumble?
he was
Because he
improvising,
was
right?
under
He was
fucking pressure.
improvising. Wasn't he
He had to run
improvising?
for
No,
his life.
That's
He
that's
had
what
to
the
run for
whole
his
improvising is.
life.
game.
I
He
thought he
had
was
One
to
second,
run
real
for
quick,
his
improvising.
quick,
life, bruh.
before I roll
He
out.
was
Bryce can't
not.
be a game manager and can't hold on to the ball. Bryce is a turnover machine, interceptions or fumbles.
I want to say one thing real quick, ways before I head out real quick.
Go ahead, bro.
Um, hey, so the thing is this, that it's not the fact that everybody's thinking that Bryce is a bust. The fact of the matter is, with the fan base, including myself, is that the draft is a crapshoot. So you may hit some and you may miss some. The thing is that everybody is really worried about is that we can real life had missed on a quarterback for the future of this team. Not saying that Bryce is the issue, and we all know there's a lot going on that's around Bryce that's making him play this way. But the fact of the matter is that we all are worried that the fact that he could be a miss. That's the only
That's
thing
because
that I'm saying. I'm not saying that he's a bust or nothing like that. He still got time. Maybe we put players around him, coaches around him. Yeah, he may still shine and be the franchise quarterback. But the fact of the matter is, in the back of everybody's mind, including yours, I know for a fact that it's got to be a slight chance in everybody's mind saying, like, damn, we may have really missed on the franchise quarterback of this team.
not
And
mine.
that's real talk.
But
Not mine at
that's
all.
not in minds at all because I'm not thinking. How can we say after 12 games that we missed on a quarterback?
Right.
Like,
Oh,
Or
I'm
have
not saying
that
right, right,
like
feeling.
how
right. I'm
can
not
how
saying
can
that.
How could you
But
have
I'm
that
saying that
feeling
it's a
though?
slight
yeah?
chance
How can you
that
even?
we
I'm
could
not
have.
trying to judge you courtesy or anything like that, but I'm just saying, how could that thought even cross your mind? Like with knowing how
Because
bad this team
everybody,
is, like with knowing
right? I
how
understand.
bad this team is, and how bad this coaching staff has let us down this
Right.
year.
That's
How can we
that
sit up
goes
here and
into the
say
whole
that we've
point.
missed on this quarterback? And then this another thing for everybody that said something about his size, and everybody want to point to his size, but the man has been getting destroyed. It hasn't got hurt at all.
Yeah, Tua
Right, but
got
that
hurt.
goes into the point.
He
Yeah.
hasn't. He has not. This man has been under pressure every fucking possession of his NFL career, and has gotten hit probably on every play of his NFL career. And the man he keeps getting up.
No, that's true. But that goes into the whole point of what I'm saying is that it's not. It probably won't be all on Bryce. You know what I'm saying? It's the fact
It's
that
not.
the way that we have the whole structure around Bryce too, we literally may have just picked a quarterback just to get a quarterback, but in reality is that it's a slight chance and possibility that we may not succeed with this quarterback because of everything that's around him, and he is in a bad situation. So it's like, yeah, CJ is balling out right now in the situation that he's in, but the fact of the matter is we traded up. We gave up so much to get him. It's like we already setting ourselves back at least 3 years. And then the fact that if we don't build around him within that time frame that he's here under his rookie contract, may have missed. That's what I'm saying.
But
You
that's
got
not
to,
a
but
miss though. That's
yeah,
not a
that's
miss
not
though.
that you can't.
That's
Yeah,
not. You can't control. That's what you're supposed to do. We had missed, but before that, I don't know why everybody had such this disdain for us going and trading up. That we were supposed to do that because
we
we
had no
wasted three
choice.
years. We
We
wasted
literally
3
didn't
years
have a
not
choice.
getting one. Right, we
You
wasted 3 years not getting one. So
you
you
had
had
to
no
trade up to
choice.
get to number one. So whatever the
Right.
Bears asked for, you was gonna have to give it if you wanted CJ
Ex-
or Bryce.
Right. So
So
either
you
way, I just feel like niggas is just upset and they're in their feelings because they didn't get CJ Stroud and they're seeing what he's doing. Who cares what he's doing? Stop basing Bryce Young off of what another quarterback is doing. Focus on your quarterback. Focus on what we have to do. None of this shit is on Bryce Young. This is not Bryce Young's fault. I don't care that he throws
Right.
picks. He's a goddamn rookie. That's what he's
right.
supposed to do. He's
But
Talk
this
that
supposed to
the
shit.
make
this the
mistakes.
thing. This the thing
If y'all
though.
want him to be safe, then get you a safe ass quarterback. Then put Andy Dalton in. Don't tell
But
it
this the
like
thing though.
I'm
If
getting
we traded,
frustrated with the fan base because y'all are putting all of this on Bryce Young like he got to be Mr. Perfect
That's
because
what
y'all
I'm saying.
frustrated that y'all didn't get
no, I'm
C.J.
not.
Stroud. That's all of this shit is
That's what
about.
I'm getting.
That's
That's
all
what
of it
I'm
is
getting from
about. It's
fans.
not even about Bryce Young. It's about because we gave up so much, and it's about and
And
we
we're not
didn't draft
winning.
C.J. Stroud, and
And
we're
we're not
not
winning.
winning. So now
That's
they
what it's
taking
about.
all their frustration out on Bryce Young because they didn't
Because
get
what
what
if
they
we were
want, and
winning?
that's
Because
I'm not.
unfair.
what if we were
I'm
That's
not
winning
really
and
bullshit.
he was
taking it
still
out on
playing
Bryce.
bad?
I'm still taking it out on Scott Fitterer because he was the one that
No, I'm
said
not
that
talking about you,
we're not
bro. I'm
drafting.
talking about the
Oh yeah,
fan base. I know what you're saying because what you're saying, I understand because you emotionally scarred from Scott Fitter, and I understand that. I'm not talking
Right.
about you. I'm talking about niggas that's really going in. You really speaking from. You're not saying Bryce Young is the problem. You're
right.
not saying that, and that, I know
It's
what
just
you're
the
saying. That's why I'm
expectation
not
that they gave
right,
us.
and
Right.
you're correct on your expectations because I felt the same way because the expectation was the playoffs or bust, and you're correct on that. That's not my problem. My problem is with the fans who are doing that. You're not doing that. You're talking about the entirety. There's people that's out here doing that, just basing off Bryce Young performance off of CJ and what in the trade of. That's what they're doing. You're not doing that. That's what I wanted to clarify. My disdain not for you, brother. It ain't
Yeah.
you. Yeah, no, I know
Yeah.
what you saying.
My
Yeah.
whole
It's
thing
just. It's.
is,
Oh, go ahead.
yeah, my whole thing is, and I'm gonna let you go, courtesy is that a lot of these fans again, you're judging the quarterback play based off of how the season has turned out and how things are going in the games. That's completely unfair to do. You get what I'm saying? Because again, if you put Bryce Young on the Texans right now, he's doing the same thing that CJ Stroud is doing. I 100% believe that. I 100% believe that, and I stand on that. You put him on that team right now, he's doing the same thing CJ Stroud is doing, if not better. I
Yeah.
stand on that shit 110%. Cause what are you giving? What are you outside of? And you put CJ Stroud on this team, he's doing the same thing as Bryce Young's doing.
He might do a
Yeah. The
little
thing.
bit better,
Yeah.
just
He
a
may do a
tad.
little
I
better.
don't I don't I
Yeah.
don't think that he doesn't. Only reason why he may do a little bit better is because his play style is more tailored to what Frank Wright was
To the
trying to do.
offense. Right.
Right.
Yeah, his
Exactly.
play that would be the
Exactly.
only
Yep.
reason. That would be the
And
only
David
reason is that
Tepper.
his play style plays more to what Frank Wright tried to do.
Yep. And David Tepper pretty much confessed about that during his press conference when he said that they was originally trying to trade up to 2 to draft
Exactly.
CJ because they thought they was gonna get
Exactly.
Bryce. So they probably
You
already
shouldn't have
had
said that
tried to
shit.
tailor the offense for
Josh
CJ.
McCown said it. Josh
Yeah.
McCown even
Right.
came out and said it. He even came out and said it
Right.
that when he told him what was up. He came out and said it. So
So it's
again,
like
bro,
they automatically set him up for failure.
this
Automatically
fucking
set Bryce up
team,
for failure.
I'm sorry, bro. I don't give a damn what anybody say. Y'all motherfuckers can argue me down to the cows come home. This team is not set up for Bryce Young as is
Right.
to not have any success out there on that football field, bro. It's not.
Facts.
Until
That's
we
what I was
improve
saying.
this
Yep.
offensive line, until we give him some better weapons to throw the ball to, I'm not gonna judge his mind. And listen, this is the thing. Y'all know how hard I was on Baker Mayfield and how hard I was on Sam Darnold and all these other quarterbacks. Bruh, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna give my quarterback a fair assessment. But a rookie QB playing under these circumstances, nobody would have success. Bro, we're the worst team in the NFL. I don't think people understand. Why do people think that the Panthers would have automatically just been this much better with CJ Stroud, with the weapons that we have and the offensive line that we have and the coaching staff that we had? Why do we think that we would be significantly better than where we are right now? 1-11. We may
As
not be
long as
one
this
and
age.
eleven. We may not have been 1 of 11, but I can definitely sure guarantee that we probably would have been under 5 games. Like
Man, the
I
We'll
fact
definitely
run
that, hey,
3, but
man, Matt Rule would have been 5-5 and 12 right now.
right. Matt Rule.
Facts.
oh
Matt Rule would have
no,
been.
no,
Matt
with
Rule
this
would have had
team,
5 wins
he
by
was
now.
no, with this team, we probably
He at
won
least gonna
7
give you
games with
5 wins.
Matt. He would have got
Nah.
7 with
Well,
Matt.
we have over here in
I ain't gonna
England,
hold
so
you.
So
I ain't gonna
again,
hold
man,
you. We would have got 7 probably because his offense
Hey,
is
I'm
much
about to get
better
on
than
up
this
out of
shit.
here, y'all. So,
I
anyways, I
appreciate you, my
appreciate you letting
guy.
me tune in, brother.
Y'all
All
already
right,
know
be
what
safe,
time it
brother.
is.
I
Nigga
love what you
Nation.
All right,
said
see
though,
y'all,
man.
man.
Appreciate you for pulling up, dog. Hey, look,
No
man.
problem,
If you're new to the channel, first time pulling up on the channel, make sure y'all hit that red subscribe button, man. Your boy is so close to 1,000. Obviously, we got some fuck boys that I guess they got a problem with us not touching 1,000 yet. I ain't got a problem with us not touching 1,000 yet, cause nigga ain't been pushing the shit like he's supposed to been pushing. So I got to get back in the algorithm. But to them hating ass motherfuckers out there, fuck y'all. Stop pulling up to my channel. I'm telling you, bro. I'm not forcing nobody to come on here. Like, I'm not forcing nobody to come up here and watch my content, man. If you rock with me, you rock with me. If you don't fuck with me, then simply just don't click on the live. You know what I'm saying? It's easy. I don't think that it's difficult at all. But anyway, man.
Hey, what y'all
So
think about J.C. Horn, dog?
why did he even come back?
He was on a snap count. So
Yeah, why did he? I don't even understand the purpose of him coming back. I
I
don't
would
even
rather
understand.
I would rather
I
see
wish
him
we
out
had
there.
him.
I'd rather see him out there, even though he's not 100%. But it's like you got to see something. Like I just want to see a dog on this team, man. I really don't even see a dog on this team who's cursing a motherfucker out. Like, get your ass
We
in check.
do.
Let's go out here and ball. I
Chuba
don't
Hubbard.
see. Yeah,
Frankie
Chuba. Yeah, Chuba.
Louvu.
Yeah.
They
He
the
be
only two.
sometime though. Yeah,
No,
But
Frankie Louvu do be out there. It's just that, the nigga that they say is supposed to be the number one guy is not the guy he
because he's
says
not
he is.
winning. But you got to think about it. I guarantee you see that dog when he's winning. He just not used to losing, dog, and he don't know how to take it. That's as simple as that. You can see a
Man,
dog in
look,
him when he winning.
nah, but that don't mean you a dog. You a dog no matter win, lose, or draw. That's what make you a dog. It don't matter
Yeah,
if you
but
win. If you got to win to be
so
a
check
dog,
this.
you ain't no
So
dog.
so check this out, brother. If you come from a background that you have rarely lost, you probably lost you probably lost the amount of fingers on your hand at a normal person, 5. You know what I'm saying? And you come to this situation and shit ain't going right. You've been on your ass as many times you have got your ass whooped. Like, come on, bro. He's been
That don't
sacked
mean
over
nothing
40
though.
times. 40 times. He ain't been sacked that many times.
You still
You
got to
gotta
be out here go be a dog. It don't matter. You still got to have that mentality: win, lose, or draw. If you ain't got that Mamba mentality, that ain't right.
I think
Hold
he
up,
got
Win,
Drip.
it in
lose,
him,
or
man.
draw.
I just
Drip.
think he just
Drip
fucked
say
right
because we
now.
disagree don't mean we hating, bro. I didn't. It has disagreement and hating are there's a big gap in between those. I understand when you disagree. If you disagree, that's what I want. I want you to disagree. I don't want you to agree with what I'm saying, but it's just how certain shit being said in the chat. So that's how I'm gonna take it however the fuck motherfucker say it. Like that's just what it's gonna be. If you disagree, you will say, "Hey, I just disagree." But it's a difference between that and hate. So yeah. Go ahead, fellas.
Nick Nation, I just feel like my thing is this: it don't matter if you came from a winner or not. I feel like if you got that winning mentality, you got a dog in you, and you a dog out there, and you really about that. No matter what, it don't matter win, lose, or draw. You still going out there to compete. You still gonna have that fire, no matter what. And that's how I'm built. It don't matter. But if you're not built like that, don't come out here and say oh man, he ain't winning. He a dog. That's soft.
Yeah, like
That's
to me, a
soft.
dog, but a dog, that culture has to be created from the players with that's on the roster, bro. Like you
Right.
have to like culture creating doesn't just come from a coaching staff or the ownership. The players have to embrace what the fuck the coaching staff and the ownership is trying to promote.
And
Like they
it
have to.
died. And it died. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
it
saying.
did
It
die, but my
died.
thing about it is it was going to die. It wasn't gonna stay the same forever, bro. It's
No,
it's
no,
not
no,
gonna
no, no,
stay.
no,
It's
no,
not
no,
gonna
no, no,
stay the
no, no,
same
no.
forever,
We're
bro.
not talking about no, 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 no. 6 months ago, we brought what needed to be back in the Panther Nation. We brought it back, and then when situations didn't seem to
Darren
go
Miller,
how we
appreciate
wanted to
the love,
go,
bro.
it flopped, and that's just what it is. So you got to understand something. We had the culture coming back. And then when you sit here, and then when that culture end up saying it's not coming here anymore and going somewhere else, the whole shit died down. It ain't too many new faces on this team. You probably got like 13 new faces on this team, if that. So when you got that same locker room in there and you done shot down the culture and then you bring in another culture, you just fired that culture. We don't have no identity or culture, period, no more. So it's fucked, dog. And we got to sit here and go through this shit again and have another coach bring in a whole nother ship of other people, a whole nother thing of players. It's shit finna get ugly. So we probably might be set back another 2 years to keep it all the
I
way
already
G.
said that. I said
You
the
know what I'm saying?
2025 season. The 2025 season is when you're going to see the Carolina Panthers playing some actual meaningful football.
I
Like
don't think
that's
that's all the way true though. I just think that
I
if we
I
get the right
I
coach
know
in
it.
here, no, if we get the right coach in here, because they said the same thing about the Bengals. The Bengals team was trash before that first year that they had Joe Burrow. They was awful, but they went in. They made some trades. They made some decisions. The next following year, they got Jamar Chase and they won the Super Bowl. So it is possible for us to do it. I just think that we have to bring in the right coach and make the right players. Now I know that's hard for us to really just sit down and believe because if Scott Fish the
Nah.
one doing it, yeah,
Yeah,
well
hey,
then
hey, I'm
you're
I'm
right.
sorry, Christian. I'm sorry, man. We not gonna be good next year either. Like we probably won't be 1-11 next year, but we won't be a playoff contender next season, man, because we have too many problems to fix on this team. Like it's way too many holes, and you don't have enough draft capital or resources to fix the problems that we need to have. Honestly, guys, the Panthers need to go in free agency. They need to go and sign all free agent offensive linemen. Spend the fucking
Yes,
money. Stop being cheap. Go get the best free agent offensive lineman that's available. Stop being cheap. Why do you think the Chiefs are able to protect Patrick Mahomes? Because every offseason, they're always bringing in one perennial free agent offensive line, and they always paying off.
or
We need to
trade for
go
one.
or trade for one. The Panthers need to spend significant resources on upgrading this offensive line. This offensive line is probably the worst offensive line I've seen in Panthers history. It really is. It really is.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
This is
can't
how
say
know.
that, Waves. I ain't gonna say
Ooh, I
that.
now
don't know
listen,
that.
Cam played
Ooh,
behind some bad offensive lines, bro, but this offensive line averaging 5 sacks, 4.5 sacks a game. I'm sorry, man. It's neck and neck with every season you can think of, bro. We averaging four and a half
nah, that
sacks a game.
2016 line was way worse.
All right, bro. All right. Well, at least in 2016, we won more than one fucking game.
Yeah,
No,
that's
we
true.
did. We did, but ooh, Lord have
And I thought in
mercy.
2016 we didn't we
Dog.
finish at least with seven or eight wins that year.
No, we had six, and that's how we got
I think
Christian
so.
McCaffrey.
I think we won what 7 games?
No,
Yeah.
we
Maybe.
won
So
like six.
in
Oh
my
damn!
eyes, there's no way that you can sit up here and say that anybody that's sitting up here thinking about like with Bryce Young, bro, you got to build this team. You not only do you got holes on the
No, we won
offensive
six.
line, you need to go and get a free agent number one wide receiver that Bryce Young can use as a motherfucking emergency when he just needs to throw the ball up to somebody that can go and get it. You don't have that on this football team. Spend the money, go get a Terry McLaurin, go get a T. Higgins, go get whoever the fuck is out there, this free agent. You need to go get your quarterback a number one wide receiver. There's no reason why a 33-year-old Adam Thielen should be the number one weapon on this fucking offense. But people want to sit up here. Bryce is holding the ball on too long. He's holding the ball too long. He's holding the ball. This motherfucker, number one wide receiver, is a 33-year-old man that's at the end of his fucking career. And we're sitting up here talking about Bryce Young is holding the ball up to Younger. He's throwing picks or throwing that. Nobody can even get fucking open on his team.
Right.
Nobody can get open. You need to trade Brian Burns. I repeat, trade Brian Burns. There is no reason for him to
Wait,
be on
did you
this
go
football
mute?
team. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I am go mute, bro, but I gotta get this shit off. There is no reason why Brian Burns should be on this
Am
football
I the only
team.
one that can't
No
hear you?
reason. Yeah, it might be you, bro. Can everybody else hear me? Let me know y'all can hear me.
Yeah, I can
Nigga
hear you.
Nation.
Yeah, so yeah, it might be you, Carl D. You might want to leave and drop out, come back in. I don't know. But why would you not trade Brian
Oh,
Burns?
he the only
He's
one. Oh,
already on
you
path
keep
to
talking. I
have.
can't hear nothing he's saying.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, man. But go ahead and mute your mic up, man, because you keep cutting me off, Carl. I don't know why you can't hear me, man, but fix it up. But why would you keep him on the team? You need to trade him, bro. This man is on path to already have below double digit sacks this season. He's clearly frustrated with the fuck of
Yeah.
what's going on here in Carolina. Why would you're not going to be competing for about another season or two? So why would you pay big money, invest big money into a defensive end who is only had one double digit sack season, who's on path to get below that, not even make that number this year? You know, ain't no point of paying him. There's no point. Trade him and recoup draft assets. You're going to have to build this team from fucking scratch. This team is going to have to be built from scratch. And it's going to take pain for us to
That's
be
crazy. I
built
can't
from
hear nothing. Can
scratch.
anybody hear me? Y'all hear me?
We can hear you, bro, but you can't hear us. I don't know what's going on. Um this team is going to need to be built from the ashes. It's going to need to be built from the fucking ashes. We're not in any type of situation right now where we need to be thinking about we can be better than before 20. No, bro. We're not going to be better next year. We have too many holes. You need weapons on offense. You need to build up this offensive line. On the defensive side, you have major gaps. You need more linebackers. You need more depth in the secondary. Right now, all of your best players on defense are not even under contract. You got guys either at the tail end of their rookie deals or at the end of their rookie deals. You have nobody under contract. You got a Frankie Louisville who you're gonna have to pay. You got a Derek Brown that you're gonna have to pay. You got to figure out what you're gonna do with Jeremy Chin. You got to figure out what you're gonna do with J.C. Horn. You got to figure out if Dante Jackson is even worth still keeping on the roster. You have a
Uh-huh.
lot of fucking problems in with this roster. You really don't even have a true running back. Chuba Hubbard is just stepping up to the plate, but you don't even have a true number one running back.
I think Hubbard can be the future. No cap.
Like you
Nah.
don't you it's too many problems to say that the
Uh,
Panthers are going to be good next season. They're not. They're going to be better than 1-11, but if you're thinking that they're going to automatically jump from we're going to finish the season 1-16 or 1-17, if you think they're going to go from 1-17 to winning 8 or 9 games, you're probably kidding yourself. Bryce Young is going to show improvement next year. He has to get with a coach and have stability. This man whole first season in the NFL, there was no stability. From somebody made the good point, and I think it was Nigga Nation made this good point. This man has won his entire life. Bryce Young has won his entire life. Never had tasted this much defeat in his entire football playing career. He won in high school, he won in college. In the NFL, since he's been in the league, since the preseason, this man has won one game. One game. You can only imagine what that's playing on his psyche because he's never been in a situation like this. He's never been in a situation where he's having to try to play rescue ball. We're asking Bryce Young to save the team, and the team cannot be saved. That's what these fans are asking Bryce Young to do is to try to save the day, and we're too far gone for that shit. We're too far gone to try to save the day. The team is not, he can't do it. There's nothing that he could do to save this team. Not this year. And probably not next year. And this is
I
not
just
me being all bad. This is me being realistic. I am being very realistic, bro. We have a million and one problems with this football team.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Waves. Honestly, if we had better coaching this year, we probably would have been at 7 wins already. Because I've argued that coaching has definitely been the reason why we definitely have not been winning games. And it's not because you got to put your rookie quarterback in the right position to win. He's still a rookie. Like week 1, I'm not gonna blame him. Week 2, we definitely should have won that game, but Frank Reich's play calling was trash. Week 3, mismanaged. Week 4, mismanaged. Week 5, was it whenever we played the Dolphins that we just got our ass beat. I mean, it's a bunch of these games where it's just mismanaged from the coach, and I feel like if we get a good coach, we can win about 7 to 8 games next season. I honestly do
It depends
because
on what the roster looks like,
because
man.
today because today we I think what we need to do the offensive line. Honestly, I think we have to keep 2 guys and everybody else is gone. That's just how I feel about it. You know.
I still think that even with the coaching, like we still like we the team is talent deprived. Like you don't have no talent on this team. There's no talent at all. There's nothing that I can sit up here and say that like we definitely need to bring in pieces. There's nothing here that makes me have like any kind of confidence saying that we can win 8 games next season. No, we have to do better in the draft. The draft that what we do, even if we don't have a first round pick somewhere next, and then you got to keep that in mind too. You don't have a first round pick, you got to start hitting on some of these day 2 and day 3 guys, man, that you're bringing in.
Yeah.
You got to start doing better later in the draft, and that's why I said, man, that all comes down to the GM and the coaching staff. We can't do shit about David Tepper. David Tepper is the owner of this team. He knows what he knows. He don't know what he don't know. There's nothing you can do about him. The only thing that you can hope is that he's capable of bringing in a coach and a GM that knows what it takes to build a winning culture here in Carolina, right? Like that's the only thing that you can do. You can't say that we hope that David Tepper change. He is who he is, man. He's a fucking billionaire who has made enough money who rather talk more about his businesses in the concerts he brought to Charlotte as more, in his press conference and talk about the fucking football team and what it takes for this team to get better. That's the kind of owner that we have. We have a guy that rather talked about, well, we brought so many shows to the Carolinas this year, and we brought all of this. We brought a soccer team and all of this shit, but you have yet to talk about why your team is as bad as it is. So only thing that we can hope is that he does whatever it takes to bring in a winning culture because it's not going to come from him. So we're just basically hoping that we luck up and he makes a real good decision. That's all that we can do. That's it. We can't do anything else, Panther Nation.
I
So
think defensively we're not that. Defensively, I think the defense has done a tremendous job this season outside of the secondary. I mean, honestly, I mean, they've kept us in a lot of games, and our offense has done nothing to help the defense this year. Because honest to God, like Evero has definitely overachieved with this defense. Because
no,
I
I
mean, we've
agree.
been banged up. Because I mean, us losing Shaq Thompson, that was huge. You know, because Shaq was off to a tremendous start. You know, even though I feel like we shouldn't have brought him back, but at the beginning of the season, he was having a good little run.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
And then our cornerback, JC, he's never here, so our secondary is always going to be weak. So you know,
So yeah, man, I'm just gonna leave it like how like this, man. Is I don't see much changing for the rest of this game. What we got, like 5 games left, four or 5 games left.
They
Five.
need to hurry up and be
Yeah, we
over,
got
man.
yeah we got 5 games left. I don't see a win, even with the Saints next week and how bad they look. I don't see us winning that game either. Um, you know, hey, it is what it is, man. We can't do nothing about it. Only thing that we can do is sitting here and witness this bullshit and just pray that our owner, man, makes the right decision this offseason. With firing Scott Fitterer, bringing in a good mind, and bringing in somebody that can coach this team and help Bryce continue to develop. And then I hope that
Hey,
regime can do a
hey,
good
quick
job
question.
with. Go ahead.
Quick question. When is Scott Fitter going to get fired? I mean, ain't that like the biggest question
I don't
mark
think
right
he's going to
now?
get fired to the offseason. To the offseason, it's not going to happen to the offseason.
Yeah,
yeah, I think
I
so
think
too.
I
Because
think he'll get fired the last game.
Yep,
Yeah, cause
it's not gonna happen to the all season.
yeah, cause there's no point to even like for me personally, there's no
Yeah,
point to even fire him right now because you fire him at the end of the season where you can do the at the same time.
So why not
You
fire the
Because right
coach
now
and the GM?
you
The Raiders
start
did it,
interviewing people until
right? Cause who
till
you
the
gonna
season is
move
over
up in
anyway.
that?
but
Yeah,
the
so you
Raiders
just
did it. The Raiders cleaned
yeah,
house
but
right then and there.
Yeah, they
the
did, but my
Raiders
thing
know
about
who
it
they
is
wanted though.
yeah, the Raiders did it, man. But I feel like this: if you was gonna fire Scott, you should have done it while you fired Frank. You get what I'm
If you're
saying?
gonna
So
fire me,
they
just
didn't.
fire me now.
yeah, that's
Don't
true.
fire me
Yeah,
later.
they should have done it when they fired Frank. So now it's like
What I'm
I
hell.
agree,
saying.
Even
but
if you
what's the
do
point of putting somebody in that position that you're not gonna even like? What's the point?
utilize into the
I'm
off
yeah,
season.
Yeah,
It's no
yeah.
different
There's
than an
no point.
interim
There's
coach,
no,
yeah,
though.
that's
It's
true.
no different than
but
an interim coach.
it's just too much. Just fire his ass at the end of the season, then you can do both at the same time. Like
Yeah,
I don't have no problem with what he with about that because I feel like that's just a little too nitpicky. Like you fired the coach, fired the GM at the end of the season. Like you already did that. Obviously, he don't want to talk about Scott Fitter because he probably really pissed off at him even more. So you're like, nigga, you getting fired at the end. So and I think that's best because you don't need that. There's too much going on. We don't need that. It's already
yeah,
enough. Like you fire
yeah,
Frank, it's just too much.
yeah. But fellas, man, I'm about to get up off of here, man. I'm tired of talking about this football team. Y'all know how I go. I get out. I get out of. I get out of shit to say, man. And nothing else left to say. Saints next week. Week 14 on the year. Probably gonna be 1-12. You know
Jesus
what I'm
What if
Christ.
we
saying? One
win?
in,
What if we win?
What
I
difference would it
doubt it.
make?
Yeah,
But if we
right,
win, I hope we win because I can't wait to see your reaction if we ever win another game.
I don't even
man.
care
Well,
at this
my
point.
thing
It'll
about it
always
is
be at the last game. It'll probably be the
my
last home
reaction.
game.
Hell, you saying you want to see my reaction when we win the game? Hell, winning the game this point in the season to be 2-11. That ain't. I mean, that's the same reaction. It's
Hey, you, but
my
hey, but the thing is,
my
if you got a
reaction
first
ain't
round
game to
pick,
game. My reaction is season to season. It ain't
Oh,
game
if
I
to
we had
thought
a
game.
first
Goddamn
round
it.
pick,
Yeah, my
if
reactions
we had
no.
a
Hey,
first
listen, I
round
want
pick,
people to know that my reactions are never game to game. If I
Right.
feel like the season is lost, then the season is lost. I don't give a damn how many games we win. If we're not going nowhere in the season or we haven't shown any true progress, then I'm gonna feel the same about every game. That's just the reality of it, man.
Right. Have we won today and then we win next week, then I'll be okay. We
Yeah, that's
started
some
something.
progression. Then maybe we can start talking about maybe Chris Tabor is the guy. I mean, but I don't see it happening, man.
hell
No, Chris
nah.
Taylor
Yeah,
don't want it.
I don't
he
Chris
see
don't
I
Taylor
want
don't
it
see
don't
it
though,
want the
but
happening.
he
job.
don't want it.
Yeah, he don't
He
want
don't
the
want it
job.
anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
he
he
said
just
he didn't want it
bullshitting
anyway.
around.
But
man, everybody
hey,
go ahead and
but
get their last word in. Go ahead, Carl.
okay. I was gonna say, can we say that this? I mean, today wasn't as good as other day, but can we say we actually look like a decent team today? Like we had some, like the coaches was actually coaching.
Were they?
Nah, I ain't gonna say
Now
that.
you still, I mean, they, I mean, you don't think so?
I can't
Okay.
I
They
can't
didn't
say
look
that.
Seems
I
they
like
will
a
say
didn't
In the
that
look.
first half, we looked pretty good. In the first half,
we
it
scored
was
18
close.
points. That's what I'm happy about.
Okay.
It's
And
the
the
first
highest
game
is 21.
we scored more than 10.
The most we ever scored this year is 21.
Can you do something for me?
We scored more than 10. We scored more than 10 today.
That's such a disappointment.
I mean, yeah, but I mean,
I
I
mean,
mean,
Carl
honestly,
ID, please and go ahead and get your last word, man. I'm done talking
oh,
about them, y'all. I love everybody. I support
oh,
them, man. But I can't do it, man. It's depressing, bro. It's really depressing talking about this team.
no. As far as last word, wow, I have nothing else to say. Hopefully, we get a victory the next week. That's all I can say.
it
That's
don't
all
even
I
matter
got.
at this point.
Go ahead, Christian.
I said, man, this shit don't even matter at this point. Look, I'm ready for the off season, man.
I am too. That's what I'm excited about.
Yeah, man. Look,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
excited
excited
about
every
season.
goddamn off season. I'm excited every
right.
goddamn off season. I'm
I,
always goddamn excited how they sit here
I'm,
and say the roster's gonna be this, the roster's gonna be that. Fuck
you
you.
know,
That's
I
bullshit.
look. You know what the sad part is. My favorite, my favorite college football team had a better
Oh
victory in
shit,
our stadium
Damn.
than we did.
bro.
My Florida State had a better win in our stadium than we do. So that
Yeah,
pissed me off
man.
because I'm a
Yeah,
Florida State fan. So I'm pissed right now. Football is just terrible right now. We got
indeed, indeed,
snubbed.
indeed.
Yeah,
It's
that
some
was
Um,
fucked
bullshit.
up. But
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, man. That's why they going to 12 teams next year. So,
Oh yeah, so we
um,
can bust everybody ass again. So
yeah, but nigga nation, go ahead with your last word, man.
I see the LSU banner back there. Yeah, that's like I messed with you.
Oh
Hey
yeah, yeah,
man,
man.
all we gotta do is, man, just
Y'all the best
keep
team
having
though.
faith, man. That's as simple as that. Just make sure we have faith. At the end of the day, Bryce, I still believe in him. I just need to see that dog in him, man. That's just it, bro. I just need to somebody to push him, keep pushing him to that corner. We're gonna see that dog come out of him, man, eventually. But at the end of the day, nobody knows what type of conversations they have in their locker room or X, Y, and Z. So we just don't know, man. But right now, it's a shit show. They even caught Dave Tepper soon as Bryce threw the interception. They put Dave Tepper on the goddamn screen. Pissed off. Wife walking to the bar. That's how pissed off this shit is. It's a shit show. It's a goddamn shit show.
it is, it is, it
Hey
is
man, and always
100%
remember, and
the
always
shitties.
remember, always remember, natural, intellectual, go-getting achievers, nigga nation.
oh shit.
Hey boy, nigga nation is the funniest nigga on YouTube right now. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Y'all, my final word, man, is
What's this team?
there's everything has been said. There's
Yeah.
nothing else to say. Um, good night, everybody. Appreciate you following the channel, man. Listen, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that red subscribe button, man. Shout out to everybody that showed love today, man, and the cash out for pulling up to the channel, man. All of the comments, all of the love. Hit the like button on this video too, man. I need everybody right now before you get up out of here. If you haven't done it already, go and press that like button on this motherfucking video because your boy is on his way back. And again, man, new to the channel. Anybody, man, want to show love or figure out how you can support Waves, you can do it by those three ways, man. Subscribing, hitting the like button, send me $1 cash app up, man. It only helps to help make this shit better for y'all. So uh until next week, unless some Scott Fitterer news come out or something like that, something big come out. Until next week, man, it's what a hell of a way to start off December, man, with more losing. So everybody be blessed. I'll holler at y'all on the flip. God is good all the time. And remember, they love to hate. They love to hate. Be easy.